Good morning, everyone. And today is Monday, December 7th, trading day, beginning of the week. And I wanted to give a quick express overview of my watch list for this week. Now, I've got quite a few watch lists, but I spent a lot of time yesterday building this list, and confirmation is where the stock will be starting this morning because the market pre-market starts at 4 a.m. So it's allowed a little activity and confirmed some of my positions that I do want to take. Again, this is my watch list. I won't be making positions in all of these stocks. That'd be ridiculous. But I'm basically choosing which one I believe will be the best for my strategy. And you should do the same. You should never blindly follow anyone. If someone said, "Hey, this is a good stock to buy," there's more to it than that. You need to adapt it to a strategy. You can't just blindly buy and then sell because you don't know when to buy, you don't know when to sell. And again, none of us, no matter how experienced you are, have the right to tell a stock which way to move. So anyway, you want to adapt this to your investing budget, your investing goals, and your strategy. So anyway, so hopefully you can take a little bit out of what I do and apply it to yours, and then you listen to someone else, take a little bit from them and apply it to your strategy, and we work that way. Again, you should never get advice from one individual, and also you should have a good filter for the information. With that being said, let's roll. So we've got Asbury Automotive. You see my video from yesterday. This is the same list, but it has grown substantially as I found so many good deals. And basically, my watch list again, this is set up for swing traders. Some of these stocks you can go long on, but that wasn't the research I've done. I've looked at the actual setup on the chart patterns to see a good entry point, and a good exit point for me to make some money based off my strategy, which is swing trading. And again, there's different swing trading strategies out there too. So anyway, I've done some of the homework for you guys. Check these out. I'm sure you might have some of your own. Feel free to leave those in the comments. Asbury Automotive, I think this is going to be a big week and a month for automotives. Asbury, this is a daily chart. Looks great. My SAR indicator, which is these little dots, it shows a trend. It's a trend indicator. It just began a sign of an uptrend with these two little dots on the bottom, shows an uptrend. Pre-market, we at 138. Volume looks good. This is from yesterday. So the new candlestick will start here. It hasn't formed yet, but according to the pre-market, it's going to start here at 138 and either go up or down. So to determine that, we will look at the MACD indicator. The MACD indicator just began a cross 2 days ago, Thursday. Just began to cross. So that's something we call a golden cross. Sometimes it'll pump fake you, though. See right here? And sometimes it'll pump fake you a little bit, but that's a strong separation and a sign of an uptrend. RSI is a bit heading towards the overbought territory, but we still got some room to grow. So again, this makes a good entry point. Obviously, the best entry point will be when the RSI and the MACD is down here, but you work with what you got. So we just this big old gap up, nice volume. Look at that, 4 trading days of volume. All buyers are winning. So yeah, at some point there will be a pullback because with all these buyers, at some point there will be profit taking. But understand what a pullback is, though, right? A pullback isn't mean it's going to go all the way down to zero and then you buy it there, right? It pulls back at a certain point where there's profit taking, and there's a more market correction if it's overly extended. And overextended to me is if it's too far above this MACD indicator, which it is a bit here, but we look like we got a lot of strength. So it may come. Let's zoom in a little bit. Actually, let's look at the 4 hour. Okay, so it's a little choppy right now. It's a little undecisive. It's trading within a range, and then it blew out right here. So yeah, we're a bit overly extended, but the MACD upper line has moved with it though. So it may come down just a little bit to cool off, but there's a lot of strength. There's a lot of look. The volume is looking good already from Friday. So if we can continue the same volume, this thing will move up. So don't spend too much time on this because we have some other ones to look at. But I feel good about Asbury Automotive. Again, automotives have taken off. The used car side of automotives has taken off, believe it or not. Anytime there's anytime there's an economic problem in the country, used things take off because people look to pinch pennies. And the used car market, I mean, it's a good time to sell. Uh, if you have a car you're trying to sell, it's a good time to sell it because the market wants inventory. If you there's a huge market for used cars. The auctions are going crazy right now. So we got that. We got ARKQ. This is the same company as the same fund as ARKK, which is one of the first popular funds to add Tesla to their list. And the funds manager, she's brilliant. She's to me, she's the next Elon Musk, the next, she's the Bill Gates. She's smart. Warren Buffett, next Warren Buffett, probably a better comparison. And Kathleen Wood. And so we have ARQ, which is the robotics section of tech, like the self-driving cars, the things that make tech work, right? So this is a good long play. And right now it's a little high. I would love to have bought it on Friday. Here I didn't, because there's only so much you can buy. Right here you have a there's a doji here. This is always a good buy signal. That usually shows a bottom. So yeah, so we need to keep an eye on this. This is a good long play. This is a good anchor stock if you want something to just leave your money in and you trust it. And when I always use the analogy about babysitting. If you want to leave your money with a good babysitter, ARQ is a good one because your money will uh, do better when you pick it up than when you dropped it off with ARQ. We have CAR, which is Car Auto Auction Services, and they do a lot of services for dealerships. So this is kind of like that if you invest in tech, you can buy Apple or you can buy the company that makes the phones for Apple. And so this is like the behind the scenes, the players that help and make money off the industry. And let's look at the RSI. RSI is crossing, showing it maybe heading up until overbought. That means there's more buying in the stock with that cross right there. Could be a pump fake though, because we had a cross here. Kind of, well, that was a good one. See, it went to overbought. Yeah, so I would say it may get here to 48, but I definitely that's a bullish sign. That's a bullish signal. Let's look at the MACD. Our MACD is a little confused, dipping up and down, but as of right now, it's opening up. And so if we can clear the 0.63 mark, it should be a solid opening, showing that there's a trend towards the upside. Also, the Bollinger Band is consolidating a bit. So this stock, I want to expect a big explosion up from it, but to consolidate in the range. And historically, it looks like when it's consolidating, let's look back. Let's look at the 1 week. Okay, so yes, let's give you a better view. So it looks like it's actually forming a flag pattern. Let me draw a trend line here. Actually, let's do it from a different spot. So a flag usually it starts off kind of wild west. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this down. It starts off a bit wild west, and then consolidates, trades within a short range, and then after that range, it's like a bullet in a chamber, man. It's just so built up and pent up, it just explodes into one direction or the other. And so there are bullish flags and there are bear flags. And this one's an ascending flag pattern. So looks like it's tested. This line I previously drawn the 1850, 1851 price. It's hit that 1, 2, 3, 4 times. They hit it and retracted, which is good. It's a good sign. And here recently, it hit it, came down to the 17 mark, then exploded, busted through it, and now our next level, which our trading day is going to start, looks like at 1895. So it's going to struggle breaking through 19. So it might hit 19 and then possibly bounce down to 1850 and then explode back up. So, and this is for the week, right? So I'm thinking hopefully, because we got the Bollinger Band peaking up, hopefully by the end of the week we'll hit $20. But that all depends on volume. So let's keep going. We got a couple other stocks to look at. But yeah, it looks like it may hit. I think that the high of the week may be like $20 if we can get up there, or it'll rest on that on $19. Because that's a really good candlestick. Volume is decent. We just need the volume to maintain it. All right, so let's keep going. KO Coca-Cola. We're all familiar with Coca-Cola. It's showing in a downtrend, but it had right here a few days ago, this $51 support line was pretty strong and this blew up through it. So we may have a trend change. Right now it's still showing it's in a bearish pattern. But we've got this strong buying, 3 days of buying, and it's all up more and more. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You look down here, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and up, up, up. So if Monday we can get a nice pop, and we might hit that $55 mark with Coca-Cola. Let's see what the RSI. RSI says RSI is going from oversold heading up to overbought, which is good. That's a bullish sign. And our MACD is still showing bearish, but the blue line, the blue moving average, is actually looking like it's going to touch and cross over the red line, which is a bullish sign. Now beware though, sometimes it'll pump fake you. It'll get right up to the red line and then reverse on you. So let's just keep an eye on it. But that's a really good sign through Coca-Cola. Uh, Again, volume is there. It looks just like the last chart we looked at. Is low, higher highs in volume. So that's an awesome sign. It looks like they just released a dividend, and I don't see a pattern. So, but yeah, they just released a dividend, so it may encourage more buying. Sometimes it encourages selling, but I think Coca-Cola's on old school stocks, man. You just set your money in and let it work. So play that. Yeah, look at that. It's flag too. See? Flag pattern. Ascending flag. And so our price target here for Coca-Cola is probably $59. I would take profit there if it goes up that high. Maybe if it breaks 55, I'll definitely buy more. And then at the 59, I would sell my initial entry cost and take some profit and then let it just ride out from there. All right. I'm not gonna start pronouncing this one. BILI. Let's see. BILI. I just like the pattern on this. We got a huge buying on Friday. RSI is crossing over into the overbought, but we got a ways to go. And MACD is showing bullish pattern. So, and this one I like too because this particular stock may be a short squeeze where there's a lot of short sellers into it, and when the stock goes up, short sellers get hurt and punished, and they start to sell or cover their costs, which is buying, which is the opposite of what they're trying to do. But when they're wrong, it actually pushes up the stock price even more. GoPro, I went over this in my video yesterday. My SAR indicator just began an upward trend. We found good support at $8. Our volume's a bit choppy, so we need volume to continue. Our MACD showing bullish. Our RSI is showing, we're touching this line into the overbought. So we just got to be careful and watch that. That just means, for me, that just means there's a limit on how high it can go before it reverses. We may get up to this 875. So, play that in your strategy. Toll Brothers releasing earnings today. It may gap up, and then after earnings, just take a bath. Just the way the market has been going, it has nothing to do with the company. Just profit taking and people just taking advantage of the run up because of earnings. And hopefully they'll hit their earnings. They should. I mean, it's high end homes, and usually see, like even last time they beat earnings. High end homes, and so usually high end stuff like that usually isn't as affected by financial downturn, because people with money will usually still have money. They might not be making as much, but they still have the money, especially for short periods of time. But anyway, so that's Toll Brothers. Toll Brothers looks good. Just watch earnings. I would be careful buying. I would wait, even if it gaps up. Let's say they release earnings and it jumps up. The stock jumps. I would let it cool down. Let people take profit. But we've got really good resistance at this $50 mark. Even prior to COVID, like this little dip. Anytime you see this dip, this is the COVID market crash. So we're right now it's hit that level quite a few times here back in October into September, and so I'm going to look for it to break through that level. Earnings may help that happen, or it hits and then crashes down back to like the $40 level, $42 level, which it would definitely be a buy. But either way, this it's a buy. If great company and great product, and it's real estate housing. Caterpillar, that's a Joe Biden stock I call, where infrastructure spending with the stimulus bill. So I'm thinking it's gonna be some good moves with Caterpillar this week because of the stimulus talks, and if we get some sort of concrete guarantee on stimulus, we're getting closer and closer every week. So I expect Caterpillar to benefit substantially from that. We look good. RSI is in oversold territory going to the middle of the chart, which is good. That's bullish. We have our MACD is choppy right now, but is ascending into bullish range. So, and it's Caterpillar, so you can't go wrong with Caterpillar. Lift. Lift is awesome. Lift, this chart looks good. Where RSI shows bullish. MACD's a little high, but still showing bullish, but not a lot of strength there. So I would slowly buy into Lyft. And if I had to choose between Lyft and Uber, charts are very identical. Let's blow it up a little bit. That's Uber. Let's look at Lyft again. See, I like Lyft because Lyft showed a bit of consolidation. And so Lyft kind of is pulled by Uber. And I like that because I don't like, just like with Tesla, I'll put some money in Tesla, but most of my money will be in the other EVs in the sector that Tesla is pulling along with it. Because usually, the gains are a little bit more like Xpeng. Like anytime Neo goes up, Xpeng goes up like uh, by twice the amount. Even though NIO has the better volume and more popularity. So anyway, you let it's kind of like chess. You let the pawns go first. So these are good pawns too, though. So don't knock on them. URI, United Rentals, another Joe Biden stock, infrastructure spending. Joe Biden slash stimulus stock, infrastructure spending. So United Rentals, they rent construction equipment, and it's always a solid play. They just consolidate into a range, and now it's moving towards the upside. Good stock. RSI likes it. RSI is showing bullish. it's not oversold, it's not overbought, which is awesome. And it's heading towards the oversold category, which means there's a lot of buying. RSI is a little high, but and MACD, excuse me, is a little high. MACD is showing bullish. Union Pacific, you know what that is: transportation, cargo, trucks, trains, and all that stuff. In oversold territory, too much selling, which means the stock is cheap. And upside potential, RSI is showing moving from a bearish position to a bullish position. We should have a cross here, but let's wait for confirmation. Either way, it's still a good long stock to go. We have some consolidation with the Bollinger Bands, but it's this pattern looks good. We almost got like a reverse flag here. That is a bullish sign. We should open today at around 206 mark, and I suspect we get to like 208. Best case 210. If it falls, it should fall on support to the 202 level. The other one on my watch list for this week is Boston Scientific. I just like the setup of this. I love the setup of this. It's hitting a very, very solid support at $33. It hit very solid support at $33. We're at 34. So we have confirmation of an up move. The RSI is giving us confirmation. And the MACD is also giving us confirmation of upside momentum in the stock. MRTN Transports, again, another transport. This stock is refrigerated trucks. So this is a good COVID recovery stock because they're going to be spending in trucks because the COVID vaccine requires refrigeration, requires to be cold, right? And also looking at this doji here, this candlestick, that's a trend reversal, and that usually indicates a bottom and a reversal. So we got that, and then with the news of the popularity of these stocks of the transporting the virus, the vaccine to hospitals and where needed, there's a huge demand for refrigerated trucks. And MRTN is one of those plays. We have look at this huge volume spike. RSI, this is where you want to see it. RSI is oversold. It was oversold stock. Nobody was thinking about it. But now, as the news reports come out, as the vaccine, as we get progress, this stocks are going to grow. So this is a good. You can scalp it, but it's also a good long hold for the next few months. MACD is showing a reversal. So good stock. It's a good stock to have. Good play on post-COVID stock plays. SPGI, so S&P Global. I just like the setup here. I like this doji here. This candle. This is a reversal. And we're going up. Look at this volume. This volume is awesome. This huge candlestick from Friday. So I do see this. It either will bounce off of this center indicator, the red line, or break through it and head towards 350 by the end of the week. RSI showing it should be crossing over. So this is not the only confirmation we have is this huge volume and this huge candlestick. But we're showing RSI wants to cross over, and the MACD wants to cross over into a upward bullish pattern. These are all bull plays. Info systems, I just like to set up here. Consolidation, looking for the break out of consolidation. SAR indicators starting the first level of upward trend. RSI shows bullish, not oversold yet. Showing there's buying. RSI, MACD, excuse me, choppy. Looks like it might be breaking out, but we still need confirmation on the MACD on that one. Last but not least, HYRE, excuse me if I pronounce it right. Anyway, I like the chart. It's a little choppy, but it's upward choppiness. And it consolidates, boom. So it consolidates, boom. RSI has fell. which is awesome, into oversold, and we still need confirmation on trend reversal from the RSI, and the MACD is just chilling. It's just like, it just shows a nice little upward rainbow. So we have some weakness here, but we need confirmation from them. But it's a cheap stock, you're not betting a lot of, it's a nice little small bet, like it's a little base hit. Trying to get on. This is the first base hit. That's all. Single. It's a single. Uh, we volume is concerning though, so you got a very weak volume. So just keep an eye on that. Anyway, I want to keep this video short. This is Reggie. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section. This is the my watch list so far this week. I'm always adding and taking away, so make sure you subscribe and hit the like button so you get notifications on updates, because stocks always update. Right now it looks like the market may have an up market today. It should be a green day in the stock market, but news or volume can always change that. Anyway, to keep up to date with what's going on with the market via my experience, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and add me to your list of other stock analysts that you check out. Because again, you shouldn't follow just one person. All right, I'll see you guys. Have a great Monday.